let's do it again. 6, 7 from the top. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 step out. 1, 2, hop 3, hop 4. From there, take your hands and go to the left. 5, 6. Your right knee's gonna go out. 5, 6. Big step up. And 7 and 8. So we're gonna go up 1 and 7 and 8. And that's it.
Welcome to our office. I bet you're wondering why we brought you here today. Just kidding.
Shoulders.
We're at Awesome Simply Fit still.
Again, we just like to change up the scenery for y'all, so you guys can get a feel of what our gym is like.
Yeah.
Anyways, so today we did shoulders. And
Yeah, so that started with overhead press, and then a lot of rear delt accessory work, and then quite a bit of abs for us. So we'll be going in tomorrow. Enjoy.
Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that intro at the beginning. And then here's what we talked about in the intermediate, where I put a towel just so I could show you guys between my arm and my waist. These are the internal and external rotations, and I know you've seen them before. And then Taylor is doing arm circles. We went forward, backwards, small, large, yeah, all that fun. And here I am. Here is what so you could wrap stuff around your arm in the shoulder pocket and do what is called flossing. We didn't go all the way into flossing this time, but we did put a band on our shoulder joint. When you're doing all of these movements, make sure that it's the shoulder joint actually doing the movements, not your arm. These are band pull aparts. You've also seen these before, and then Taylor performing them to perfection. Alright, so it's very important with any overhead movement that you protect your back. I have my feet at a staggered stance, my core tight. I'm going straight up with the weight, not moving it forward or behind my back at all. You can see Taylor's doing the same thing. She has a staggered stance, core tight, pushing it straight up. We didn't go much lower than 90 degrees with our arms because it's not necessary.
So you want to use a moderately heavy med ball for these, and really just take an athletic stance when you're throwing it to the ground. I'm catching it on its bounce and using my back and shoulders and legs to slam it as hard as I can.
Alright, so we have cable rear delt flies here. I have it slightly above my shoulder. I would say even a little bit higher than my eyes. And you want to pull back with your elbows. We have a 3-second negative here, so you can see I pull it tight, hold it for a second, and then release it nice and slow. If you keep your pinky up, it makes it easier to pull from the rear delts and lead with your elbow. So I always cue my clients to think about keeping their pinky up when they do this movement.
So we supersetted those with 10 reps of pike push-ups. You want to keep your core tight. You see my elbows going outwards, and I try to think about keeping my head towards my hands so that I really fill up my shoulders. And then shoulder taps are self-explanatory. It'll be 20 total, and enjoy the burn.
Here we have our static hold dumbbell overhead press. That's a mouthful. And you hold one side up while you actually press with the other side. Brace your core, keep it nice and tight. Try to push your back against the bench, and try to keep your elbow up to a 90-degree angle, the one that's doing the static hold.
So here I'm doing face pulls with a band for the rear delts. And just like the rear delt flies on the cable machine, you really are focusing on pulling with your elbows back and that pinky tip trick helps, and it's high rep for conditioning.
Alright, so this is a different way to target your abs. So these are dumbbell overhead walks. We actually did it with a kettlebell, so you have to keep the balance a little bit more. You will feel this on your opposite oblique. You want to keep it nice and tight. Brace your core as if you're going to get punched. You want to have that feeling the whole time. And you can see I keep touching the other side of my abs to make sure that they stay nice and engaged the entire time. That'll help you keep the weight straight up. You want to go 1 foot in front of the other. That's why we're walking on a line, just to help keep our balance a little bit more. And yeah, that's what I got for that. Have fun.
Here's some more ab work for you. So it's 15 each side for these plank hip dips, so 30 total, and you should really feel this in each oblique that you put the hip towards the ground, and try not to keep your butt too high. Same rules for a typical plank. Then go straight into alternating V-ups. You've seen these before. They're just great for all around ab work on both sides, and just try to keep your back as straight as possible and touch each toe each time.